for a second.
My name is Keisha Monte, and if you're new here, this is From Your Big Sister, a series where we talk about shit that desperately needs to be talked about, or I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about at the time. Let's get into it. So for today's video, it's called Please Teach Them. Now, I say this, and I've tried to make a grace topic about it, because I felt like it was, it was something I had to get on my head, and I had to get it out. But what I mean by please teach them, for one, I mean like knowledge is meant to be shared. Like lately, I've been thinking about how far I've come, and I've slowly am coming to a realization that I'm one of those people who like overly talk about growth. Like I think that's the only thing that I can ever talk about. But that's just because I really realize how important it is to like grow and be able to overcome something or get on the other side of something. So I feel like this is specifically stated in households. I feel like that you're supposed to be teaching these kids something. Like I feel like if I was a big sister, and this is gonna be kind of a quicker video, if I was a big sister, these are things that I would teach my little brother and sister. Starting with my little brother first, I would teach him things that are actually like hands-on things. Hands-on things such as cutting hair, or creating or coming in a craft, getting a craft or something, bleh, creating or getting a craft in something, like getting snapbacks and customizing them. They don't have to be a business or a side hustle right away, but these are just things that I would do to teach them outside of the natural grooming and cleaning and cooking. Like my son, I plan on already teaching him how to wash his own damn clothes, cook his own food, and do everything else. Like I'm not gonna go for the whole I grow up and now I have to expect to be with a woman for a woman to do these things when he's a grown ass man and he's gonna learn how to do them his damn self. I might not be the best at teaching him that because I'm still learning how to teach a boy how to do something. But the first step is knowledge. Knowledge is the first step. So some experiences that I really wish that was really taught to me earlier. I'm sorry, I'm jumping. Um, right. So I forgot what I was saying. Right. How to I would teach him how to be a more to talk more. And it's not even to like, oh, just have conversation with them. I would teach him how to be, or encourage him to take on things that is actually going to help him be a voice in certain spaces. And I also would do that for my little sister as well. Like outside of like normal hygiene, womanly things, I would sit in the room and I would do my hair all the time, or I would tell her to sit next to me while I do my hair. It might not do nothing for her as a little girl, but this is something that she's gonna grow to understand and think it's natural for her. I would teach her how to do a ponytail. I would teach him how to pick out his hair. I would teach him how to braid his own hair. Like that goes against the gender roles of men knowing how to braid, but I would teach my son how to braid. I know it's like seen as feminine nowadays, but I see it as my son learning how to care for himself. It does not, learning certain things does not like determine his sexuality as young as he is. That's just my personal opinion. Um, I would encourage both of them to be a leader of some type of anything. Like if you're a classroom, be the classroom lunch pass out help, be the line leader, go to the office and get the papers to pass out in the classrooms, or be the office help. Like I would encourage these things because these are things and life skills that we're not actually taught. We're only taught that we have to be in certain groups or we have to be in certain programs to do this. And I know I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying that we are only under the assumption that nobody, at least in my assumption, I'm under the assumption that you're in the house. These are not things that you're taught in the house. I feel like sometimes when we grow up, or lately as we've been growing up, we send our kids to school and our kids are just supposed to learn what they need to learn at school. Like the school is not the parents. They're supposed to teach so much. I know that when I try to send my son to school while he's at home, I tell my son as much as possible, school is not a joke. You're not going to school to play. You're supposed to go to school to learn. You're supposed to go there. You're going to have knowledge. You're supposed to do this at school. You're supposed to do that at school. I send my son with expectations to go to school and do. Now, his teachers send him back what shit he's supposed to do at home that's supposed to help him at school. For an example, they tell my son that he's supposed to read more often at home before he go to bed. Now, have I been the best at that? No. Did I pick it up when it was fresh on my mind? Yes. But I do still randomly throughout the day, if my son acts like he's so fucking bored, I tell him to pick up a book and read a book. Because whether you feel like this is something that is a punishment or a help, later on in life when you're in high school or you're in college and you feel so overwhelmed with work, you're eventually going to be like, well, hell, I have to read all the time as a child. This don't mean shit to me. And I'm trying to think if my daughter's up, but I don't know. Knowledge is meant to be shared. Like that's just essentially what I'm trying to get at. Like I know it's tough and it's always hard because we are the first person that this stuff starts with. It doesn't just start with making a choice and making a decision and then boom it happens. Like we have to be the one to do it. Like I'm really bad with like I'm not even here to over vocalize it. Like sometimes I'm bad with like pushing my son to like, hey, we brush our teeth twice a day. I tell him this all the time, and just like 2 nights ago, he's like, you didn't brush your teeth tonight. And I'm like, damn, I did it. But come on, let's go brush our teeth. Like, it's like the silence that we have with, and I want to be very clear on this. The silence that we have with the automatic assumption that this is something that they're going to know is wild to me. I feel like if we go into the next room or you go ask this kid, oh, you're supposed to do this, and they're only saying in a sense because they know what they're supposed to say. I don't think that they're actually saying it because they know. Like, I don't know, sometimes you can look at a child and know that they got that look that they're supposed to know what they're, like, they don't know what they're supposed to say. Under the understanding that so much is done at home and what you teach your kids at home is what is going to help them going forward. Like, I'm not saying every single answer, every single route that I'm taking about it is the right way. Sometimes I'm just telling him to take a direction or I'm giving him an instruction because I want him to get done the quickest. That does not make me perfect, but it does make me be aware of that not only am I needed to be patient and understanding with him, but I need to be patient and understanding with myself. My own parents, my own mother didn't teach me certain things that I'm now implementing to do with my son. Or if they are teaching me, if they did teach me, I'm going about it a different way, and I'm solely having to do this develop this method on my own based on who my child is showing me who he is and how he likes to be taught. So it really delays a lot of stuff when we become under the assumption that our child truly knows stuff and not understanding that there's a difference between them honestly knowing something and them only knowing what they're being told to do. That was the whole reason why I created this series of being or from your big sister, because I needed to be the voice to someone that I was looking for as a child. Again, I don't know how many times I have to reiterate this because I feel like sometimes people take what I say and they take it to hell. So, again, it's not that I wasn't told certain things. It's not that I wasn't aware of certain things. I think I was aware of surface level things because I was raised in a household full of girls my whole life. So I kind of felt like my mother had it under the assumption that I had two older sisters, so there was no way that I was possibly going to miss any type of information. Or I felt like my older sisters always felt like it's both of us here in this house. How are you ever not under the assumption or you are not feeling comfortable enough to come to either one of us about something else? And I feel like a lot of times my sisters take offense to it because they feel like that they let me down in some way. And it's not that they let me down, it's just that I never personally, within my own self, within my own personality traits at a time, felt comfortable enough to open my mouth and say, hey, I don't know what this is. I know you told me this, and I'm aware that this is what I should do, but I really don't understand why this has to be this way. I'm thinking about it in this way. Can we not just do it this way? Like, those are things that actually cause the delay between myself and then the women in my household. So I created From Your Big Sister because I already love to over explain. I already love to yap, and I already like to be helpful. So I felt like if I'm gonna create the series, I should create the series and actually be seeing advice from shit that I had to learn out the hard way. And again, you might not be like me. You might not be able to take it. You might be able to take it just by word value and just be like, okay, you said it was like this. I'm gonna believe you. But then there's me where it's like, damn, kind of hard headed. Unfortunately, I gotta learn this way. So as little girls in household, and this is just like in general, I feel like when you sign your daughter up for the Girl Scouts or you sign your daughter up for cheer or your daughter is encouraged to work with a different ethnicity or your daughter is having an interest to do something that you never want to do, like, I mean, like your whole family has been about, just chilling and going out being tomboys, but now your little girl is showing that she want to do pageants, and now you have to learn to, you know, be in a different environment and behave differently because you have to make a sacrifice and you have to now grow for your daughter's sake because this is what she wants to do. Or you have a son, which I know sons are a very, very sensitive topic. Like, I was a Tom girl, so I'm okay with being in the dirt playing with worms. I'm curious about insects. So I have to encourage my son to be like that because I feel like that's what a boy is. I was with other boys doing that, so I think my son should be doing that as a boy. So, and then it's like I have to encourage him to say his order at McDonald's, and then as he get older, I have to encourage him to be able to be proud, to say his name, to say who he's about. Like, we have to teach them something, and I don't want us to keep thinking that we have to just go to, like, we have to just leave it up to somebody else to do it. We have to take an equal part into doing it at home. Now, I'm not the kettle calling the pot black. Again, I'm not perfect about it, but I do want to get this video out to you today. I did want to get this off my chest. It's very rantic because, like, that was just something that I just decided to talk about last week, and the little bitty Snapchat 5-minute video I made about it wasn't enough. Again, my name is Kay Shamante. If you want me to elaborate on this, please feel free to, like, get in contact with me and let me know, and I can work on a more detailed script or even use whatever reference that you have. And you can follow me on any of these social media platforms, or you can check me out on audio on Spotify, and I'll see you in the next one.